In 1853, a woman was found living alone on a remote windswept Pacific island, where she'd been for nearly 2 decades. Here is the incredible story of Juana Maria, the lone woman on St. Nicolas Island. St. Nicolas Island, named Galas At by its traditional dwellers, is the remotest of California's Channel Islands, located 61 miles from the mainland. Juana Maria's Native American tribe, named the Nicolas by the Spanish, had inhabited the island for around 10,000 years. However, disaster struck around 1811 when Juana Maria was probably a small child. A group of native Alaskan and Russian otter hunters invaded the island and destroyed the community, reducing the tribe's population from 300 people to only dozens of survivors. By 1835, the population numbered 7 individuals. That year, Catholic priests on the mainland ordered that the remaining members of the Nicolas tribe be evacuated, perhaps to replenish their Native American workforce who were succumbing to European diseases. Juana Maria's remaining tribe was forcibly removed from the island, but mysteriously, Juana Maria was not amongst them. An approaching storm had threatened, causing the ship's hurried departure from St. Nicolas without her. One story explains Juana Maria's absence from the group due to her being out searching for a missing 2-year-old child. Another Victorian-era legend describes Juana Maria leaping from the boat to swim back to shore, in the belief that her small brother had been left on the island. Other reports blame a faulty head count and authorities' reluctance to return to rescue a single woman. Juana Maria became mythical in her own time. The journal of a traveller who sailed to Northern California during the gold rush fever of 1849 was found to mention a Channel Island on which there is a lone woman living. Her footprints and craftwork were found during several visits to the island, until finally a ship's captain located her in 1853. George Nadiva, Senator Puris Nada, later recounted the moments his crew discovered Juana Maria. They spotted what seemed from a distance to be a large cormorant, only to discover that it was Juana Maria wearing a handmade garment of cormorant feathers. She was shielded from the strong winds by a sturdy brush fence and protected by 2 growling dogs, whom she silenced with a verbal command. She'd built a hut made of whale bones and seemed to have been living in a nearby cave, dining well on marine life and root vegetables growing on the island. Nadiva described Juana Maria as of medium height, about 50 years old, but still strong and active. Her face was pleasing and she was continually smiling. Her clothing consisted of about a single garment of skins. Busily preparing seal meat, she showed no fear of the intruders, but smiled and bowed, chattering away to them in an unintelligible language. She gathered her possessions, which included tools, jewellery and food, in order to accompany the men back to the mainland. After 18 years of isolation on the desolate island, she clapped and danced as the ship approached landfall. However, Juana Maria's solitude did not end when she arrived at the Santa Barbara mission, as she could not communicate with anyone, even local Native Americans. It is still not known what exact language she spoke. Upon her arrival in Santa Barbara, Juana Maria stayed at the home of Nadiva, where his wife, Sunfrosa, became a companion and nurse. The locals dubbed Juana Maria the Wild Woman, treating her as a strange oddity. Newspapers described her acclimatization to her new life, noting a fascination with the horses around the mission, and that she enjoyed coffee and liquor. She even, quite unself-consciously, performed songs and dances for curious onlookers. Juana Maria was now the last member of her tribe, as those previously evacuated had succumbed to European diseases due to lack of immunity. Tragically, her own time was cut short when she contracted dysentery and passed after only 7 short weeks on the mainland. On October the 19th, 1853, a priest baptized her, obviously without her consent, on her deathbed. Juana Maria left behind only mystery. Her real name was never known. Her artefacts, which included bone sewing needles, were stored in San Francisco but later destroyed in the massive San Francisco earthquake of 1906. Even her cormorant dress disappeared, despite having been shipped to the Vatican. It's as if life conspired to erase her memory. However, the resilient woman, known to history as Juana Maria, has sparked a vibrant afterlife in fiction. Just as she entranced the public's imagination in her own time, her 18 years of courageous solitude inspired narrative works, such as Scott Odell's hugely popular novel Island of the Blue Dolphins. These stories have immortalised and given meaning to the life force of the lone worm of the St. Nicolas Island.